Alright guys, welcome back to the shop. Today is Thursday. And I've got a new power steering hose. And I've got a new power steering hose, pressure hose for this truck. So we're going to try to get this thing off without removing the power steering pump. I don't know how if it's going to be possible or not. So basically it screws into the back. It's got O-rings. And I don't know what size it is, so this is going to be one tight damn fit to get to. And it's smaller than I thought. The problem I see is this return line right here is kind of in our way to get this thing off. I really didn't want to have to take this pump off, but I don't really see any other way of doing it. We're going to have to loosen the air conditioner compressor, and then we're going to have to loosen the power steering pump and remove it. And it's going to be fun to do with the shroud.
I can see the sweet sun pouring down in the strawberry sky. Tall grass dancing down by the St. John's riverside. And I can see Maggie running through the fields full of wild. A free spirit living a beloved life. I've been daydreaming about the South, appreciating those days. Growing up in Madeline, a blessed world in the Southeast. I remember running barefoot, well aware of sand spurs. On the park bench, working on guitar chords. I'm still enchanted by the legendary fantasy electric brunettes. How they would render me helpless by the way that they dressed. I've been daydreaming about the South, appreciating those days. Growing up in Madeline, a blessed world in the Southeast.
Now here's the new hose. Why they put it in such a big elaborate packaging, I don't know. Ziploc. I guess because it's got this O-ring. Well, it's come with a plug too. Comes with 2 O-rings and a plug. First we're going to make sure this is the right hose. It should be. So on this end, it comes around. Comes in, looks like the right hose to me. So we'll take this hose loose. Now I'll show you what I'm talking about here on this. One reason I'm going ahead and replace this, even though it probably ain't leaking, is that right there. Somebody's rounded that thing off. And even though I put a new O-ring on it, this O-ring on the end, it looks pretty bad. This is the one that went in the pump. That O-ring looks pretty bad. I don't believe it would have lasted. The hose itself looks pretty good. Looks like the Gates hose. we got to put an O-ring on here first. The old style had flare fittings, but the new style is O-ring. That thing feel like it wants to cross through. There it is. Now's a good time also to inspect this other hose. Hopefully I didn't damage that O-ring. It looks pretty good. I don't see any rips or cracks in it. Now we're ready to put it back on. Try to get this thing where it needs to be. Now to remember how this thing came out. That's going to be the trick of getting it back on. This over here, I believe, has to go around this up. Alright, I'm gonna try, there it went. I'm gonna try to get this top bolt in. I know y'all ain't gonna be able to see it. This is the one that's got the, actually I think I'm gonna get the bottom bolt in because can't really get it from here. I'm gonna have to get over here. I'm gonna set y'all back up in the front. Get stuck in here. Of course, I don't want to tighten it up because I still won't be able to turn it. Now I've got to put this other bracket back on. So on this other bracket, there's supposed to be a bolt that holds this bracket right here. And it ain't long enough. I end up stripping the threads in that aluminum, so I got to get a little longer bolt. I don't know what y'all can see. This lighting's crappy in here. But I'm gonna go ahead and stick this belt on before I get too far along. This compressor and this bracket all got to be lined up, and without this bolt it's going to be hard to do it. This thing here finally decides it wants to cooperate somewhat, and so that's going to put that bracket where it needs to be, and then we got to find the bolt. There it is. To go in this lower bracket. So between this lower bracket and this other bracket, I've got to stick these, between here and here. Good Lord, I'm way off. What in the hell is going on? Oh, I know what's going on. This thing is not where it needs to be at. There it is. All these washers got to be stuck in betwixt this stuff. Alright, so first thing we gotta do is we gotta tighten up the power steering pump. And since they was not kind enough to put any kind of place to hook anything other than this bracket right here, we're gonna do what we can do. I don't have my claw hammer out here, so we just have to do the best that we can do. We want to get this inner belt as tight as we can get it. So hopefully the air conditioning compressor will not give us as much trouble as that other one did. And it is 16 millimeter bolts. That's what I've got in it. Yours, if you've got one, it's probably going to be 15 millimeter, but mine's 16 millimeter. That's pretty good. I'm going to tighten up these top ones first. Pretty tight. This one on the end. Alright. And we got to get this thing lined up. Now this one, I believe, went on this side of this return, not return hose, but vent line here. I believe it went like that. And it just went right on back. Get it lined up right, it just goes. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to put this other one in first. I know this one will go pretty easy. That'll give us room on this side to get this one in. Now I gotta get that O-ring, wipe off the end of this hose. Try not to get none in the hole here. Slide this O-ring on here. Right a little high. The daggone vent line, I believe, goes over the top. I feel like it ought to start, but it's kind of looking like it's cross-threading too deep on this end. The problem is, this thing ain't level. It's hard to tell. I think I got it. Now I'm gonna leave this other one off till I put some fluid in this thing, and I'm gonna go ahead and prime it up. I'm gonna prime it till we get fluid coming out of this hole, and then I'll put the return back on. On this one, we've about got to use a funnel to get to it. I mean, I guess you can kindly get to it without one, but it sure would be hard. You can kind of get up in here and get the cap off anyway. I think a funnel will just make it a lot easier. There's something leaking. Move it there. Oh, it's coming out of the return line. Huh. I didn't even think about that. I don't know why, but I took up the return line. Guess there's no way really to purge this thing other than cranking it and moving it around. Alright. Next, we're going to prime up the coolant system and pressure test it.